My name is Tiarra Jenkins. I'm a model and aspiring businesswoman, and this is Hear Me Clearly podcast, period.
Hey, awesome. Thank you for coming today. We are so excited to have you here, and we're just excited to see how you've been doing, the things that you brought in today to talk about, because you are an inspiring businesswoman, and we love that. We support all of our women. Yes. So let's get right into it, okay?
Okay.
So at what age did you get started with all of this?
Well, I was 15 years old in the 10th grade. And I had started actually because of a capstone class, which is basically where they tell you to find a problem and figure out how you're going to solve it. And me being a person with many problems, that was hard for me at first. But I decided that my biggest problem was my hair and my lack of confidence in myself. So mixing those two things together and then bringing in my desire to really help out girls my age, or just many young girls in general who were also not confident with themselves, I decided to make a hair product that would, or better yet, a brand that would be able to fulfill that mission.
Nice. And what is your brand called?
It's called Twisted Spirit Natural Hair Care.
Perfect. And did you bring any of that in today?
Yes, I did. It's right here.
So do you want to tell us a little bit of the ingredients and just the significance of this product?
So I have some of the ingredients on the back. Basically, it's an aloe vera based gel. It's for perfecting your natural hair, so perfecting your curl pattern. It helps strengthen your hair, it stimulates growth, and it hydrates. So I think in 2018 I did my big chop, and within a year my hair had grown back longer than it already was before I had cut. And that just showed me how amazing the product was, and how other people would tell me oh, this is making my hair so much longer, or my curl pattern is back to what it used to be. And so that's kind of what the ingredients do, and it's all natural, so there are no harsh chemicals. It doesn't flake up, and it doesn't make your hair all hard and crunchy like other products do.
So I can eat it?
I mean, you could. If you really want to do that. I wouldn't. I think I have a video of me going like that.
See, it's safe to eat, y'all. We can eat it. But I love stuff like that, because I was actually just thinking, I'm starting to switch over to all black brands and all black businesses and small businesses. So listen, if you have a small business, if you are black, reach out, because we can do things, that'll benefit all of us, such as spread the word and also use the service. So it's a win-win for everybody. And I'm gonna have to get some of that Twisted Spirit myself, because underneath this hair I am natural, so I have to take care of it.
We love a natural sister.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. So I know you mentioned that you are a few things besides an aspiring businesswoman. So can you tell me a little about the side hobbies that you have?
Yes. Oh my God, I do so much. I do too much. I model still. I've been modeling for about 3 years now. So I'm a free agent. I basically just do shoots and some shows here and there, because I like to do runway still. But besides that, I do hair. Did this on myself. I can braid, do many different styles. I do nails, makeup. I could babysit. I love the kids. So I don't know, I kind of just dibble and dabble in everything, trying to figure out what direction I really want to go in. But most of my time is really spent figuring out how I can help my community, So whether that be through sometimes I'll have the girls come down and get their nails done, so they're not down the street worrying about what they're going to do next because they're bored and getting themselves into trouble. Just having the kids around me and finding different ways to keep them engaged and keep them occupied,
Awesome. So do you have any interesting or some crazy modeling stories that you feel you want to share? The most eye-opening experience for you yet?
Ooh, okay, that's hard. It's hard but easy.
Okay.
Only because I'm still in Philly right now, so a lot of the stuff happens in Philly, and I don't call nobody out, but
stuff goes on.
Okay. It's when you first get into the whole modeling industry, you really gotta know who's for you and who's not. Some people, they're gonna make it seem oh, I want you to succeed, but they're not really for you like they say they are. The one thing I would say is I always had to have my own back, because at the end of the day, somebody might say, oh, I got this connection for you, but that connection don't fall through every time. So you gotta make your own connections. I think the craziest thing that happened, alright, this is not a specific moment, but an overtime thing. I had auditioned for or casted for the show one year, and I had went to the practices. Like I hadn't gotten into the show from casting. I got into the show because a friend of a friend of a friend, like that type of situation, like got me into the show eventually after I had already been denied. So I'm going to the practices and I don't feel comfortable because I know I'm not wanted here, and eventually they don't want me to be in the show anymore. Like they found a reason for me not to be able to walk in the show. So I was like, that's crazy, because I knew from rip you didn't want me, but I was trying my best to really impress y'all, and I was putting time into this. Like, oh my gosh, like I was putting my time and effort and energy into this. I get kicked off the show. Next year come around, when I tell you I was practicing, working my butt off, I'm walking in the rain, I'm walking for hours straight till my feet hurt, I'm getting blisters, like, oh, it was bad, but I did what I had to do. Next year come around, I cast again, I make it. When I tell you I walked in almost for every designer, like literally for almost every designer both days, because it was a multiple day show. And that just showed me, like, you just gotta have all this determination, because if you don't, like, if you let people who don't believe in you, like, make you not believe in yourself, if you picking up what I'm putting down, that's really gonna hold you back. That's gonna hinder you. So I had to learn, like, over that, I think that was like over a year that I really had to work hard if I wanted something, and I got it.
Okay, period. I just had to let you go right here, because I'm just like, she is going, y'all. Y'all heard her dropping some gems. Like, if somebody else don't believe in you, don't let that discourage you to start not believing in yourself. Or if I said it backwards, y'all get what I'm trying to throw down, because she even threw that in. I'm like, you are but only like 18, right?
Yes.
So I'm just like, whoa, you dropping gems. But that means somebody is talking to you, and somebody's working with you, and somebody's also instilling greatness in you. So TT, you're going to be great. I think the fact that you even realize, like, look, everybody is not going to be so easily believing in somebody else and their talent or what they have on paper. You know, you have to believe in yourself. So the fact that you just took that no and went to another door, it opened, and it took a little time, but you were patient. You understood that this was a part of the process and this was a part of the field. So I'm very proud of you when it comes to just like beating these tough and crazy battles. But look, I'm pretty sure that's nothing, and you probably have way more to face. But with that attitude, you will be fine, and I know you will be fine, because like you said, you walked for almost every designer, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
I was running down them steps.
That's dope. Seriously. That's dope. All right. So from that, you know, you're also going to be an aspiring businesswoman. Well, you are an aspiring businesswoman. What did you learn from that experience with just business overall too, like together?
I think with business, it was kind of the same thing, but you don't get that big, like, that big break. Like how I was like, oh, a year later I'm walking for every designer. With business, it's gonna take time, like so much time. And even now, like, people will be like, how's the hair care going? Like, it's just, I'm still working on it, and it's been years since I started this. But it's just the fact that you have to know what you want, and you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to get it, you know. So for me, my thing isn't money. Like, if it was money, I would have been doing like the bare minimum to get this product to sell. But as a business person, as a person who has a brand, your brand represents you. So that was a big lesson for me, because my brand is community outreach. My brand is women empowerment. My brand is Black empowerment and empowering people in general. So that's how I carry myself. I don't carry myself as, oh, please buy my stuff. Please, I need the money. Like, no. Please support me and put my mission out there so that people know what I stand for. Yeah.
I like that. Snap, snap, snap. I wanted to snap on a few, but I ain't want to interrupt.
And I'll be like, oh, I get the snap.
We're not even gonna get into the poetry, because you do that too.
Yes. I even
That's right. I'm like, wait a minute. You didn't even mention that you do poetry, and I'm over here snapping. Like, you do poetry, girl, but you do a lot. But we come from a family who does a lot, and hustling is in our blood. We get it honestly, period. So
I told you what I said. You got that boss voice.
Period. You already know. But yeah. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years. I'll be 1 year out of college.
And where are you committed to?
Holt International Business School in San Francisco.
Period. Y'all, please go follow my cousin on Instagram at
I am Tiarra J. IAMTIARAAJ.
And click the link in her bio to donate to her GoFundMe, where she is raising money to attend college.
Yes.
Awesome.
But in the next 5 years, I definitely see myself as a well-established health and beauty business owner. Like everything health and beauty, everything you can imagine that you'll need, I'll have that. And I'll definitely have at least one of my nonprofits started. Hopefully that one will be having to do with young women and children. But wherever the Lord takes me with this, that's where I'm gonna go. So, it's pretty broad, but I don't get too much into specifics.
Yeah.
I hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Okay, period. And like I said earlier, with that mindset, with thinking like that and those goals, you're gonna be set. You're already set, and as long as you continue to put in the work, everything is gonna happen for you. But those are all of my questions. Thank you again for tuning in to the one and only Hear Me Clearly podcast with your host Danny and our guest Tiarra Jenkins today.
Yes.
This has been great. And tell them where they can find us at on Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram at I am Tiarra J or Twisted Spirit Hair Care.
Period. And you guys can follow us at Hear Me Clearly _podcast on Instagram, and you can look us up as Hear Me Clearly podcast on YouTube.
Yes.
That's it, and we will see you guys later. Period. Thank y'all.